street medians and main thoroughfares, the Bureau of Urban Forestry stewarding a living infrastructure along our public right-of-ways.
We're out there, rain or shine, we're there.
As early as the 1950s, the city and its residents started to think differently about street trees. Trees in San Francisco were mainly associated with transportation improvement projects, planting trees along our thoroughfares, but in the late 70s and 80s, a stronger push for tree planting on side streets and neighborhoods flourished with nonprofit groups like Friends of the Urban Forest in 1981. Growing in significance and responsibility, the Bureau of Urban Forestry was formally established in 2002.
The urban forest is critical. Street trees are a critical element of making any city a more livable environment. And that's why we work so hard to take care of them. It's not just about putting the tree in the ground. We've got to make sure that that young tree is going to get watered, it's going to become established, it's going to be pruned to enhance structure so that it can handle storms.
Sprawling across San Francisco's landscape are thousands of street trees which create our urban forest. And over the past 125 years, the city has made great strides in understanding and caring for the city's living infrastructure.
In the last 125 years of public works history, the last 10 years to urban forestry have been the most consequential.
With the significant passing of Proposition E in 2016 by voters, the Healthy Trees and Sidewalk initiative would later be implemented in 2017 called Street Tree SF, a commitment by the Bureau to take on responsibility and maintenance of our street trees. But there's much more than that. The urban forest generates an abundance of benefits, contributing to making our city more walkable, livable, and sustainable, connecting us to nature and enhancing our quality of life.
Benefits to habitat, but to people. Right? I mean, being able to see that, if everything's paved and it's all high rises as far as you can see, even just that tiny respite in the middle of the city makes a huge difference for people's, mental health, their physical health, just general well-being.
Safety. Sidewalk repair goes hand in hand with keeping our tree canopy healthy.
We are aware of what's going on with the concrete, why it's moving, why it's shifting. So they're out there to saw cut the concrete, demo the concrete, expand the basin around the tree because it might be a little too tight, hugging the tree, not giving that space for the roots to grow. So we're looking for any uplift, any tripping hazards. We're thinking about my grandma. We're thinking about my uncle that might be in a wheelchair. We're thinking about your mom that just may not be able to navigate as well as she used to.
An art form of its own, plants and trees are carefully chosen, preserving native plants which in turn sustain native insects and small animals. Pockets of biodiversity along our public right-of-ways.
So we've been focused a lot on biodiversity over the past, say, 5 to 10 years. So in 2018, we passed the Biodiversity Resolution with the Board of Supervisors, with all city agencies supporting more native species in our planting palettes. And then 2023, we came out with our first biodiversity guidelines, encouraging all city projects to use more native plants.
Street trees, the fabric of our urban environment, weaving in and out of neighborhoods from Bayview to the Mission up to the Marina. The Bureau of Urban Forestry currently cares for 125,000 street trees throughout the city, with a goal of 155,000 trees by 2040, envisioning a San Francisco greener and healthier, where trees grow and thrive on our streets.
Not only are you working with skilled craft people, women, men, you're working also with the public, right? You're dealing with constituents, you're dealing with Board of Supervisors, maybe the mayor's office, and just talking to people. It's just a rewarding job. It's very rewarding.
At the Department of Public Works, our goal is to make San Francisco a better place with our core values: teamwork, respect, integrity, responsiveness, and safety. Each are consistent, essential, and enduring as they embody the traits and qualities that represent Public Works' highest priorities.